walking, ran up the sideline. I didn't intercept it, I just knocked it down. I said, sorry, dude. You know, and I walked on back. You know, we won that game, by the way, so I'm just going to leave it as that.
Okay, all right. Glenn Milburn, you have a chance for a rebuttal here. How much of what Robert just told is, at least as you remember it, to be factual?
Well, in Robert's mind, that was true until he woke up and got on the bus to get ready to go to the game.
I got you. In other words, what you're saying is it's true. It's true that that we were both in the NFL and Dallas played Denver that day. Other than that,
they play in Denver.
Okay.
Yes.
And so on third down, I would normally come in the game. I was a third down back, third down specialist. Normally, that's when Robert would go off the field. So I think maybe they got caught in between going out or going in or substitution error. So Robert's in the game, and all of a sudden he has to cover me on an option route. That's just a short 5-yard route where the running back gets to decide whether he wants to go in or out, depending on which decision the linebacker makes. So I think I caught a short pass, and maybe Robert made the tackle, or maybe he said something to me about the tackle before 12, 13 yards.
That's his comeback. That's his comeback. The truth be known, though, is that when Glenn came in the game, I knew that was my key to get out of the game. So there were a lot of running backs like that I played against. That you had the Nigerian Nightmare.
Oh yeah.
I'm staying in the game. Okay, I'm gonna stay in the game. But when it came to guys like Glenn and those little small scat backs, I wanted to be out of the game. I would say, hey, they got wide receivers playing running back.
Joe Morris was not your kind of guy.
Yeah, no, I don't want to cover up.
Metcalf, none of those guys.
Barry Sanders. I mean, even though Barry Sanders was an every down back, I didn't even want to play.
Yeah. I understand.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, the guy's all in favor. All right, I want to get both of your thoughts on what you went through on draft day. Now, the draft we know is different this year because of it being prime time, the whole thing. It wasn't like the Saturday all day thing and the Sunday deal. But Robert, you were a first round pick. You went 24. But you had a pretty good inkling from what you were telling me that you were going to go pretty high even before your name was called.
Even before my name was called, I try not to drag the story out. My wife always tells me I drag stories out. But anyway, that morning of the draft, I heard the draft in Atlanta, and another linebacker that was predicted to go higher than me. So I was scouting the time and everything about to watch the Redskins. So I thought maybe late first round, early second round, which is where I would probably go. And that morning in Atlanta, at Monkey, I got up that morning, I saw a Dallas Cowboys scout. And that scout was there, and I thought maybe he was there for the other guy, because the other guy was predicted for a little bit higher. I was trying to think of his name. I think his name was Chris. He came from Tennessee, 1992 draft. I think he ended up going to the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay.
I can't think of his name right now. But anyway, the scout comes up to me before the draft even started and said, you want to be a Dallas Cowboy? And I said, well, yeah. And so immediately we got on the phone with Jerry Jones, Jimmy Johnson. We talked, worked on a contract, and then Jerry's response was, okay, we got a 13 and 17 pick. We need a defensive back first. We're taking the second pick in our first round. And what happened was that as the draft went along that day, they traded down to the 17th and 24th pick. And sure enough, they got Kevin Smith from Texas A&M at the 17th pick. And then the 24th pick, they selected me. And the funniest thing about it all is that you got all these analysts, all these people that are saying these guys going this way, these guys going that way. And I'm like, man, is this really how the draft works? The Cowboys had worked out a deal with me before the draft even started. They knew what they wanted, so I fit their system. So we were all squared away, and I'm pretty sure they handled it the same way, with Kevin Smith. I mean, Kevin and I never talked about it, but I'm pretty sure they handled it the same way.
Wow. All right. Now, Glenn, you went to second round. What was going through your mind? Did you feel you had a shot the first round when it passed and you started to get nervous? What all went through your mind during that from the first round to the second round?
I have a completely different story of my mindset was going into the draft. The draft experts, I think after the 5th, 10th pick, the draft experts level the probability between what they predict and what actually happens between them. I was predicting either the late first round to the late second round. So, in my mind, I heard late first round. So that was my expectation going into the draft. I was in Atlanta at that time with my family. ESPN had these different draft outposts all over the country. So I was there in Atlanta, even though I'm from California. And we're at a sports forum cover potential top 50, top first, second round draft picks. And all of a sudden, about the 20th pick, I think two of the teams in particular talked to me and gave me private workouts and so forth. There's the New Orleans Saints and the Miami Dolphins. And the New Orleans Saints were picking 20, the Miami Dolphins picking 25. So when the 20th pick came around, I didn't get a phone call. I said, well, maybe it's just Miami. So the 25th pick rolls around, and I remember watching the big screens, where we are now, and putting the camera on me, saying that I think they're going to pick Lindo earlier on the spot. Obviously, they didn't pick me, and all of a sudden, I had no clue where I was going to go.
And you feel kind of weird at that point.
I felt completely. I think I needed a new deodorant sponsor at that point. So I had to wait quite a while because all of the other teams that I thought I was going to didn't pick until late in the second round. Obviously, New Orleans and Miami.